but I don't think they were. The difference was smaller than I expected. Should we just have a common comment on all the coffees before we know what it is? What's your comment on number one, Tim?
Number one was, for me, the dry aromas were quite nice. Sort of a lighter, sort of more undeveloped style. There was some sweet citrus. Had a fair bit of clarity compared to other cups. Not my favorite, though.
Any other comments? Okay. Bjørnar, your comment on coffee 2?
Number 2. That was the coffee that had the most floral attributes in the aroma for me. Jasmine, flowers, and in the taste, it was the most citric coffee and the cleanest, I think, with a good sweetness to build up on the acidity.
Good. I think Charles also commented that it was not as good hot, but it cooled better than the others, and I sort of agree with that. Olga, number 3.
I don't really remember number 3. I just remember number 4.
Number 3 was one of my favorites at the start. I didn't write any notes, but I found it enough sweet and very balanced acidity. Whereas number 2 was a little bit sour in my opinion. Then number 3 was nice to get back on track. I liked it very much, and it became my favorite throughout the whole cupping. And number 5 was good at the end also.
Anyone want to comment on number 4?
For me, it was very flat, and very. Is this baked taste or? So it was flat, balanced, and not very floral, and not really much acidity in it.
Maybe more towards cocoa than fruit. Yeah. Number 5, anyone? Menno.
Let me see. Number 5. Yeah, my second favorite. Very floral, bright, balanced, very good flavor in it. Specifically, the citrus came out very nice. A little bit less body in it, but acceptable and very good drip like this, I guess. That will be my impression.
Good. Someone in the back, the World AeroPress champion. Coffee number 6.
Maybe a little bit more high notes, a little bit more floral notes. I thought the 5 was way more interesting in that case. 6 was a little bit more flat. Yeah, I can't say too much. I almost swallowed all 5 cup. It was too good. It was more jammier actually. Dependent on table by table a little bit. Ethiopia is very. Sometimes you're lucky that you're a little bit more. You have a little bit more beans that are more dense, I guess, because it's only 11 grams. So that's not really that representative always. But yeah, interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, we definitely had a cup that was fermenty on our table, but the other one was good. Oh, that happens. Can you just briefly tell us what coffee it was?
Jurgicev from Homa, and it's not in the Gideo zone, it's just on the border. It's from the Oromia zone where it's coming from. It's around, basically those coffees are coming between 1950 to 2300 meters. Properly processed, and one of the lots that we liked, so we took it.
Anyone else like it? It's a good coffee, huh? Yeah? All right. Should we just say what it is? And then look at some numbers. So number 1, roasted on a Gießen roaster by Eric, sitting over there. It's in Drop Coffee in Sweden. How big is the roaster? 15? 10 kilo batch in a 15 kilo roaster. Second coffee was from us, Tim Wendelboe in Oslo. We roast on a UG 15 and 12 kilo batch. Isn't that right, Tim? Yeah. Number 3, Mikael, was your coffee. So good on you. Smart roast, 20 kilo batch, I think. 12 kilo batch in a smart roast in Norway. Number 4, Da Matteo, smart roast. Do you know how big the batch was? 15. Number 5, Copy, roasted by Charles, sitting here in Helsingborg. How big was the batch? 10 kilo and 12 kilo roaster. And the 6th, Samjak, is that correct? Any Icelandic? There you are, Samjak, right? Do you know how big the batch was? 16. And the roaster can take 30 kilo or 50 kilo or 20. So roasted by Kaffetower in Iceland. Good. So let's look at some numbers. I got all the logs. We're going to put them online so you can have a look at them. I've taken only the bean temperature because it was from Chef in Ethiopia. Homo. I had to. The reason why I took only the bean temperature is because the air temperature in these roasters are very different. But also by looking at these temperatures, you don't really get anything out of it. So I figured I'll put them together to see the graphs. And these are very long roasts, shorter roasts in time. Time is here and the temperature is up there. Doesn't really tell us anything either. The only thing that I think is comparable is the 2 smart roasts, because they are very similarly built, and maybe yours is a little older, so they might have changed probes, I don't know.
You didn't start from 0, you only start from 2 minutes, so you should go 1 minute back.
No, it's from 0, it's just Microsoft. So picture that this is here, and that it goes on shorter time, right? So just move it. Here you roasted 10 minutes something, right? Mm-hmm. It's just when you put this in a Microsoft spreadsheet, you start on 0, it starts on 2. Apple, everybody. What I think was interesting to see is the time when the first crack starts. Some people, like the Giesen, 12 minutes, Dietrich, 10.5, and the Norwegians on 8.5, and also the Icelandic. But also the time, total time, is the second one here. And you can see the difference from when first crack starts until you finish the roast, varying from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the Samjak as well. Although these were 2 minutes after first crack, they tasted extremely different. For me, this was much more roasted than this, and it's only 2-second difference in the time from first crack to dumping.
But I think on the Giesen there, I think there's something wrong. It was 1 minute 30 seconds.
Okay, so then you wrote in that should be 11 then, because your total time was 12:30. 1 second. The logs are going to be put online, so you can watch them there. Vegetarians, you know. Temperature, it's incomparable. I mean, if I say I dump on 180, that might be 200 on a different roaster, because the probes are different, the thermometers are not calibrated, and so on. But we could see the difference from the temperature when the first crack starts until you dump the coffee. And here is the difference. So varying from 20 degrees to 8 degrees, which is interesting. Again, the 20 degree, I don't think it was... I expected this to be like Starbucks French roast, but it didn't cup like that at all. This was number 6 on the table. So interesting, I think. And also the mass loss. Ranging from 17%. Yeah, Mikael. You'll be punished later. So Gießen is a very economical roaster. Huh? And the Samyak seem to waste a lot of coffee. We always weigh the coffee before and after roast, but we find the numbers, after we got a very precise scale, we found the numbers to be much more variation in the numbers there than if you measure color or time and temperature. So yeah, the more accurate you measure, the more you see that parameters are very variable. Okay.
I'm sorry, it must be in a Microsoft Excel sheet, so I didn't understand that.
No, you are the one who sent me the numbers, right? Yeah. They didn't relate. Any questions? No? Anna?
Why were the cups so different? Like I tasted number 2 on our table, and I tasted number 2 at your table. It was totally different coffee.
Might have to do with the water temperature. Because if you're, for instance, pouring with 90 degrees on one table and 85 on another, they will have different extractions, for sure. Might also be that you tasted them on different temperatures. Much the same? Okay. Yeah. That's the only explanation I can think of. Anyone else? Questions? That's a good question. The instructions, because although some of us measure color, like Solberg and I had colorettes, but they were reading totally different numbers on the same coffee. Some people use Agtron and so on, so we couldn't really tell roast to this degree. So the instructions were roasted on Tuesday, so that they're all roasted on the same day. Roasted as good as you can for cupping, and try to dump the coffee or finish the coffee within 1 minute and 30 seconds after first crack starts. So quite a big window, but you saw that some of them dumped on 2 minutes after, and so it's difficult to instruct, I think. If we do it again, I think we probably would have to have more coffee to play with, and also agree on like a certain mass loss percentage, that it should be within 12 to 13% or something like that. Then I think you could have an even more accurate measurement.